God always hid you in plain sight. A lot of people never expected you to turn out to be the beautiful, authentic person that you are, because you could have been incredibly shy growing up, incredibly non-communicative, or for others of you, just incredibly quiet about your kind-hearted nature. And you see, over the years, as you became older, you became more connected to divine, you became more self-aware, and a lot of you resonate with being a spiritual teacher of sorts. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to practice speaking on a platform. That could just be in your day-to-day life with the small interactions you have with people you know, or even with strangers. But you are someone who always leaves a beautiful first impression to allow others to really see the beauty within themselves. So overall energy is they never expected to be you, and you're part of the 144. You resonate with being a chosen one. You are a modern day disciple, and it's absolutely beautiful energy to come out, because I feel as though a lot of you could have been going through a period of your life of feeling as though you were completely misunderstood, misjudged, or kind of left aside. Sometimes when you are so spiritually in tune with God, people can really choose to isolate you for that, or find a purpose or a reason in their mind to disclude you. So if growing up you were someone who found as though you were last to be chosen, last to be picked on the team, last for the invite, last to be considered a potential romantic partner, empaths always have it the hardest, y'all, and that's the thing you gotta remember. Always stick with being a kind-hearted person, even through any storm, because know that God is always keeping you safe, and most importantly, He is guiding your steps. So your energy in particular, the fact that you are someone who's so kind-hearted, it makes people act up. They act funny, okay? And that's part of you meant to be a spiritual teacher, because you're meant to awaken people that previously maybe misunderstood the work of God as well, and how He hides His most strongest warriors amongst plain sight. Like sometimes people don't even have the ability to see how much you've been through, how much you deserve to receive a happy blessing in your life, or most importantly, how much you actually teach others without them being fully aware of it at the time. So 9 of Coins, you are someone who's truly meant for success. You are destined to live a prosperous life. And until you awoken to that yourself spiritually, maybe you didn't know your calling. You could have came across as lost and confused sometimes to other people. And that in turn comes across as being shy, being unaware of your true authentic beauty or gifts or talents, skills, passions. And it's something that you became aware of over time. And every time you choose to be empathic in a world or surrounded by obstacles of people who choose to misjudge you, know that that will come out and show more and more each time. So know that you're extremely loved, you are extremely protected in the spiritual realm, and most importantly, in the 3D world. A lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact that you were always hidden amongst plain sight. You were always this person, but people didn't want to see you for who you were. And now it's like God has lifted the veil. The blindfolds that people wanted to put over and misjudge you and see you for someone you are not has been removed. And there's no putting it back. So even if anyone in the past chose to dislike you or chose to misjudge you, even those people in particular can't help but admire your strength, your resilience, and your ability to remain an empath amongst the things they put you through. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Jessica, Earth Angel 111, gonna hop in and deliver this reading. So Ace of Swords, you are a truth teller. And also too, when you are someone who stands alone in your truth, no matter how much you could be misjudged or mistaken for it, that in itself makes people act funny. So in the past, you could have been put in a situation with people who did not speak the truth, so that one day God could reveal your truth as the full truth. So 7 of Cups, there's a lot of new options coming in for you when it comes to the way of your path. A lot of you need to realize that wherever you currently have been at, you've completed that cycle. That chapter is finished. It's time for you to keep moving forward. You're going to find that you have gained so much experience as well with all the traumas or the situations you've been through, that now it's time for you to become the teacher. Now it's time for you to share that wisdom, that knowledge, and most importantly, to impact the world in such a beautiful, positive way. So working with a team will really do you good right now. A lot of you have chosen to be extremely introverted, possibly after all the difficulties you have gone through, all the turmoil you have faced. Well, now it's time for you to take the truth, take the wisdom, and take the knowledge of the situations you've been through and really apply it to help others who may be going through the same thing. So if you find you are someone who constantly felt rejected, faced bullying, faced different traumas, or even things external to that, confidence issues, stuff like that, it's time for you to take the knowledge you have received and the things you've learned about yourself and help impact others to shape a very beautiful, positive road for those people around you. So Four of Swords, that shows that you were kind of placed as a flower in a place that it was hard to blossom. But somehow, through the knowing, you still broke through and you were still able to be the sunshine. And with that coming out, it goes to show that even in the most gloomiest of situations, you chose to be the sun. So Page of Cups is here, absolutely beautiful. You need to know that throughout your growing up, your childhood, all that was shaping you to become this person that you truly are today. And something about you having a very young essence at heart, like you could be someone who really chooses to, even in the stress of things, have fun with life. Realize that life's too short to do nothing but experience joy. So if you find yourself to be in a role, for example, you could be someone who resonates with being a creative type. You could even be a comedian where you help make other people smile and laugh, bring joy that way. You could be a musician, you could be an actor, actress, but something that you do, you're meant to create a placebo effect around other people, to realize that life's too short to go around holding hurt in your heart or resentment. And that's why God had to put you through the most, so that you could really be that shining star and guide others to see that no matter how tough or difficult life gets, there's always a rainbow at the end of the storm. So it's time for you to create new memories. It's time for you to create memories that you can be proud of as well. A lot of you have been through so many struggles and hardships that maybe sometimes you find it hard to really just see the positive in things. Know that you're being viewed by others as someone who extremely has done that. Like, you've always been able to overcome no matter who has misjudged you or who has tried to make you be viewed as someone you're not. And you have an ability to inspire yourself, which is absolutely beautiful. This is a gift that God placed within you from when you were first born, because He knew the hardships that you were going to face before they happened. He is the one with the entire plan at work. So He needed you to realize that no matter how things became, you would always have this undeniable ability to inspire yourself. And there's many people around you that cannot help but admire your ability to overcome, because you're someone who's really been able to overcome a lot of obstacles in your life. And I feel like a lot of you resonate with this energy. It says, I would have never done that to you. So at the end of the day, a lot of the things that people put you through purposely, you would never turn around and put them through that. You would never be the type of individual to make someone else feel left out. You'd never be the type of individual to put someone else down, or most importantly, to make them feel rejected. That is your superpower. That is your strength. That is your wisdom. So use it now as a badge of honor to inspire others to realize that it's never too late to really just be a happier person. So in the past, you could have dealt with a lot of people that constantly wanted to put you in a one-sided competition, but realize that God did that to show them a mirror upon themselves. Because whenever someone tries to put you in a one-sided competition, y'all, they are projecting something that is unhealed within them. So whoever did this to you in the past, they have woken up, whether it be one person, 4 people, 20 people throughout your life, to the fact that there was something within themselves they were projecting on you who was nothing but kind to them. And also too, it's like you're a brick wall in a sense that whatever people throw at you, negative energy, you do not throw that back at them. So that is what creates that mirror. That's what creates that self-reflection and that inner realization within others that they need to change their way of being. So this is how you really resonate with being a spiritual teacher in the sense, because you are someone who, just by authentically being yourself, wakes people up. So at this moment in time, there is currently someone in your life who may not admit to you this truth, but they've realized that they put you in a one-sided competition and that you always wanted them to shine bright. You never wanted to compete with this person. You are someone who naturally sends out positive vibes for everyone, even those who dislike you. It shows a lot about a person as well when you can stand knowing yourself and remaining positive throughout any storm, and realizing too that you do not have any enemies. You are not someone who has any strong dislike for someone. That shows emotional maturity as well. So you are someone who's considered very wise beyond your years, no matter what age you resonate with. And you could have been this way since you were very young. So find balances here. Finding the balance between work, rest, stress, and playtime, and you will have more energy. So right now, Spirit is asking you to spend a little bit more time with yourself, because you may be someone who you find overworks yourself in order to feel appreciated, feel heard, or feel seen. Whereas it's all about spiritual balance. Spend more time in prayer. When you can wake up every day and dedicate 10 minutes to a daily prayer, it will do beautiful wonders in your life. So life energy, absolutely beautiful. Right now, you're being reminded that you have so much life energy, and without you even trying, you represent someone who stands in their truth and authenticity, no matter how difficult it may be. Some of you are actually being called at this current moment to become an actor or an actress. If that's the case, know that you will have extreme success in that field. And for others of you, you may already resonate with being one. So living more in the present moment. This is a reminder from Spirit as well. Whatever you could be facing currently, choose to not live in the past or in the future, but live in the now. And just be grateful for everything you have and even things you don't have yet. Say it like it's already in your life and realize you have beautiful blessings that are coming. Some of you need to treat yourself and get your nails done if you haven't feel as though you've been able to spend enough time taking care of yourself lately. If you feel like you're overly dedicated to your career or your family or to other people around you versus yourself, you should spend some time taking care of yourself. Have a little spa day. And hey, even if you can't afford to go out to the spa, y'all, go to the dollar store, get a $1 face mask, get some press-on nails, and do it at home yourself. Light a candle, have a beautiful bubble bath. So you predict something and it was true. A lot of you were also gifted the ability of sight, just to be able to see through what's right in front of you and see the bigger picture. And this is another thing that God bestowed upon you, because He knew that you were going to be someone who was faced with extreme adversities or obstacles throughout your life. So absolutely beautiful. There are many people who actually stand up for you behind the scenes. You may not realize this, because many people can see your true ability to see the good within others, even if they choose to say that you don't, or choose to see that you aren't that person, okay? There are people that stand up for you in rooms you have yet to enter. There are people that are close to you that always have had your back. And there are complete strangers that see you as a beautiful shining star that you are, and they stand up for you whenever anyone has anything negative to say. So this comes back to your energy making people act funny. Maybe this is something that's occurred throughout your life and you've come to realize that. And if that's the case, just realize, okay, may you see how truly great you are, because a lot of other people see you as such a beautiful, authentic, amazing person. And sometimes you can be extremely hard on yourself based on the energy that others project on you. You resonate with being a healer, a seer, or a speaker, a teacher. And like I said, you don't have to have your own platform to even do so. That goes in the way of just putting out good in the world to everyone you meet, holding the door for a stranger, offering kind advice, being someone for others to listen to, being supportive, being uplifting. And sometimes God guides us to complete strangers or to people we've just met to be that new inspiration for them. So if you find yourself to be someone who meets a lot of people constantly throughout your life, you're always meeting new people, people are naturally drawn to your aura without you even trying, and even if it's just for a short-lived season, know that it's because that is part of your teaching, your life path, to put out good energy to people, to remind them how much they have to be grateful for, and to remind them how great they are in general. So absolutely beautiful. Now with you predicted something and it was true, okay, know that you've predicted a love interest into your life, or the fact that you are meant to just give many people unconditional love. If you find yourself to be the person who's often let down or heartbroken in relationships, you're meant to teach each partner you've had in your life what it means to truly be unconditionally loving towards someone. Because there are many people in their life that don't get that beautiful opportunity to receive such unconditional love. A love without boundaries, a love without limits, a love without having to be a certain way for someone to love you, right? Unconditional love is loving someone from a distance, loving someone even if they don't reciprocate the same energy, just being a positive overall person. So self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, selflessness. You also are someone who people view to be incredibly selfless all the time, whether you realize this or not. And this is part of your divine order. This is who you are meant to be. So whether it comes to family, friends, relationships, or total strangers, co-workers, a lot of people view you to be someone who's incredibly selfless. You're constantly trying to be kind to others. So you could be someone who always notices if someone gets a new haircut, or if they show up looking good or feeling confident, or if they got a promotion on the job, or they had a new beautiful accolade in their life, right? Getting married, starting a family, stuff like that. That's you. That's part of who you were, and that's who you're meant to be. Because overall, you pull up a mirror to people. Beautiful that this came out, y'all. Double confirmation. You are a mirror to people for them to see where they need to heal within themselves, and also to what parts of themselves they're meant to be grateful for. Because everyone is so beautiful and unique in their own way, and that's what makes the world so authentic. If everyone was the same, it would be kind of like when you meet someone, you know what to expect. But the fact that everyone goes through different hardships, the fact that everyone has different things that they love, appreciate, different ways of being, that's what makes the world so unique. And when you can connect with someone who's so different from you, that's what makes the world so incredibly beautiful. So I'm going to leave that there, but just know in the past, if you felt as though you constantly had someone trying to sabotage your energy, your way of being, your projects, your career, your life in general, you will always be able to rebuild. That is God's bestowing blessing upon you, because you are someone who is also meant to teach a lot of people resilience. That no matter how many times someone could try to tear down a blessing you've created or a life you've built for yourself, God will always help you build it up 10 times stronger. And abundance is your natural birthright, okay? 9 of coins. If you feel as though you have struggled throughout your life, the reasoning is because God really wanted you to be able to appreciate the blessings when they finally come in, and also to realize that abundance is only a material thing. What matters more in the world is love, forgiveness, and true dedication to divine, because within that, anything is truly possible. So God bless you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and drop a comment, okay? Let me know how you feel like you're going to inspire someone today.